Hi, my name is Chris, and I want to start by saying this is a story I never thought I'd have to tell. But I've realized that sharing it honestly and openly might help others who are going through the same thing. If you've experienced a heartbreak of parental alienation, or if you feel like your relationship with your child is slipping away, I want you to know. I want you to know you're not alone. This channel is for you. I created the Parental Alienation Journal to document my journey, both the struggles and the lessons I've learned, so that we can explore these difficult experiences together. This is a space where we'll talk about family, healing, and how to move forward, even when it feels almost impossible. Let me start by giving you some background on my story. My daughter's mom and I were college sweethearts. We lived together through college, and right after graduation we got married. At that time we had a plan. Maybe it was too ambitious, but it made sense to us then. I was going to go to law school and she was going to keep working. Once I finished, she'd go to medical school, and I'd support her through it. The idea was that we would build our careers while we also built a life together as a family. You know, we followed through. I finished law school, and she went on to become an emergency medicine doctor. But what we didn't expect, what we couldn't see coming, was how much pressure the plan would put on our relationship. By the time we reached the end of that road, the relationship between us had broken down. Pretty much completely. And when that happened, our family broke down too. Our daughter was born the year I turned 30, just one day after my 30th birthday. In fact, at that point I had just graduated from law school and was preparing for the bar exams. It was one of the most chaotic times of my life, but becoming a father, that was the sweetest part of my life. I'll always be grateful to my daughter's mom for making a difficult sacrifice. She put off going to medical school for a year so she could stay home with her daughter. She breastfed and gave her the best possible start to life. For that I'll always be thankful. The world around us was heavy. I was working downtown Manhattan and in Jersey City in the years after 9/11, which brought so much uncertainty and stress. At the same time, her mom was starting medical school. It was hard. Somehow, even in the middle of that, I was lucky enough to spend precious time with my daughter. She was such a sweet kid. Those early years with her are memories. They're right here. They're right here. I can feel her. I love her so much. After my wife's mom lost her husband, shortly after Anne was born, we invited her to come live with us. Having her there was a gift. She brought stability to my daughter's upbringing in ways I couldn't and her mom couldn't. Having her be part of our little family there was something that I'll always be grateful for. In 2008, when her mom graduated from medical school, 2008, 2009, we decided that, we moved to San Antonio, Texas, for her to do a residency in emergency medicine. I was hoping the residency would be a fresh start, that it would be a chance for us to reclaim the relationship that we had back in college and back when we got married. I thought that maybe after the challenges and the sacrifices, we'd be able to find our way back to each other. And it didn't happen. Instead, our relationship ended. The dream of raising her daughter in a stable, connected family was lost. And over time, what followed was something I never expected. We had sat down at the kitchen table and crafted a parenting plan 50-50, and I thought we, worked it out as best we could. For so many reasons, I just spent the next years watching my daughter slip away, knowing there were forces beyond my control, pulling her further and further from me. A heartbreak. It's unique, and I understand it's one that too many parents experience, but often feel they can't talk about it. It's been a long time since it's been a long time. It's been a long time. And I felt like I couldn't talk about it for a long time. Finally, I realized I had to. I was motivated actually by somebody that I talked to at my high school class reunion who had a lot of grief in her life, a lot of challenge, a lot of heartbreak, and is doing some great things, making lemonade out of lemons and doing what she can to help others so that they don't have the heartbreak that she had. And she's inspired me. So thank you. You know who you are. So I'm going to share this story, and hopefully I'm going to share a lot of fact and a lot of resources that will be helpful to people, so that no one has to go through this alone. Too often, I know parents feel isolated when they experience alienation from their children, whether it's because of a divorce, separation, or strained family dynamics. I know parents that have been so close to their children for many years, and then when their children are adults, they wind up becoming estranged, and it's odd. It's odd and it's painful. Anyway, here's what you can expect from this channel. You're going to expect that I'm going to become better in front of the camera. I'm going to work on that. You can expect personal stories. I'm going to share more of my journey, how I've been affected by what I believe is parental alienation, what I've learned, and how I'm still trying to navigate it. You're going to hear reflections on healing. I'm going to explore ways to cope with the emotional pain of alienation and find hope, even in the darkest moments. I'm going to try to help you with that. I'm going to offer resources and insights. I'll talk about some of the legal and emotional and personal challenges that parents face when dealing with this and ways to manage it. And I'm going to hopefully offer you community and connection. I want this to be a place where others can share their stories and feel seen. I want you to know your experience matters, and by sharing it, we create a community of understanding and support. I know there are other people out here on YouTube that are sharing their journeys and sharing their perspectives, and I applaud them, and I hope to become acquainted with them, and I hope that together we can encourage people to move forward together. I want you, my audience, to join me on this journey. If any part of my story resonates with you, or if you're going through something similar, I want you to know you're not alone. This is a hard journey. Let's not walk it in silence. Feel free to share your thoughts and comments, and reach out to me directly. Just follow along and explore these experiences with me, through the power of the internet. And, this isn't about my story. It's about creating a space for our stories. And by sharing what we can start, by by sharing, we can start to make sense of what has happened and maybe find healing and maybe even rebuild what's been lost. I am optimistic. We can reclaim our families. We can rebuild what's been lost. Our connections with our children, they never break. Never break. So if that sounds like something you need, I ask you to subscribe to join me on this channel and on this journey, and let's figure this out together. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to helping you and becoming acquainted. In the meantime, remember, this is a round planet. There is no them, there are no walls, there are no sides. Disengage from conflict, dwell in empathy. Life is simple when you love everyone, and start with yourself.